Phrasal verbs. Phrasal verbs, Part 1. Lesson 1. Phrasal verbs without. Finishing or stopping, performing or fulfilling, spreading. Exercise 1. Listen.
A rescue action was carried out with difficulty when an old barn caught fire in a small village near Norfolk. The problem started when one of the two fire engines ran out of petrol on the way to the farm, and the engine cut out 200 metres from the burning building. Moreover, the foam had been given out to the firemen on the previous day, and they didn't have enough to fight the fire. The time was running out by the time the firemen worked out what to do, but in spite of all difficulties, they put the fire out. However, after the action, their chief was turned out. He lost his job as he had failed to carry out his duties properly. Actually, if the fire hadn't gone out in time, it would have spread out and the whole farm would have been burnt to the ground.
Exercise 2. Answer the questions about the text using phrasal verbs.
What did the fire brigade do when the old barn caught fire?
They carried out a rescue action.
Why did the fire engines stop?
Because it ran out of fuel.
How far from the burning building did it stop?
The engine cut out 200 metres away from the fire.
Why didn't the firemen have enough foam?
Because it had been given out on the previous day.
Did they have enough time?
No, the time was running out.
Did they stop the fire in spite of all difficulties?
Yes, they finally put it out.
Who was fired after the action?
The chief was turned out.
Why did he lose his job?
Because he didn't carry out his duties.
Did the fire stop in time?
Yes, it went out in time.
Did the fire reach the whole farm?
No, it didn't spread out.
Lesson 2. Phrasal verbs without. Starting, appearing, making known. Exercise 1. Listen.
A lot of people turned out at the Olympic Stadium to watch the Football League match, where many famous football stars came out to play every season. So when the date of the final match was given out by the Football Union, the spectators set out early in the morning to get the tickets. However, because of the great interest in the match, it soon turned out that there were no tickets left. On the day of the final, all the supporters were very excited. But when their team lost the match, street fights broke out. Consequently, the authorities put out a statement that all participants of the riots would be severely punished. A few months before, a new security system had been brought out on the market, and then the authorities had decided to install it at the stadium. Thus, soon after watching the tapes, the whole truth about the fights came out, and the police quickly found out the vandal's name.